Hey everybody, I'm Sarah, Lonesome Glory, and welcome to a social distancing edition of my blog. Um, this isn't the video that I had intended to do this month. I had intended to go to a model horse show and show you what those are like. I was supposed to be judging, but things change, plans change, everything's a little different right now. So instead, I am going to do a video that I have been telling you guys I was going to do for a while. I'm going to do a Breyer Tag video, and this one is the 7 Deadly Sins of Breyer Collecting. Credit where it's due, I didn't come up with this. I have no idea who did, but I know that I found the tag because of some lovely people in the comments who told me I should do this. So thank you very much. I do listen to you guys. It just takes me a while to get there sometimes. So I'm going to go through these and get started. Let's see what I've got. All right, number 1 on the list of 7 deadly sins is greed. And the questions under greed are what is your least expensive model and what is your most expensive model? And most expensive was easy to come up with. I knew what I spent. Least expensive was a little more difficult. I have a tendency to buy lots, group lots of models, or people find them for me, or people give me models sometimes, friends or family. What I came up with was this guy. He's kind of a representative horse. A lot of times I'll find horses like this and get them, family will either give them to me or I will find them for exceptionally cheap, maybe a couple of bucks. So I know I didn't pay very much for this guy, so he's my representative of a least expensive model today. But most expensive is my raffle model on the Wyatt mold. And I have him for you today. I'm absolutely in love with this horse. He's from Breyerfest 2015. You can see his spots here. I was not lucky enough to win him and really thought I would never be able to add one to my collection because raffle models are pricey, and as a general rule, I don't spend this much on horses. But he is the most expensive model that I have paid for. I bought him not long after I started working my current job, and he was kind of a treat to myself. Those of you wanting the number, it was $2,800. So this is my expensive baby. All right, let's move on to question 2. The second deadly sin is wrath. And the question is, what models do you have a love-hate relationship with? And I have a couple of things here. First off is decorators and unicorns. I keep telling myself I don't collect them, but they keep turning up. You can see there's a couple behind me, and I keep finding them. They keep coming up everywhere. They're everywhere in my collection, and I like them, and I can't get rid of them. But at the same time, I collect realistic horse colors. So I don't want to have all of the unicorns and all of the decorators, and I really wish that Breyer would stop making such really pretty, really fancy ones that I can't stop buying. The other thing I have a love-hate relationship with are Gambler's Choice, and I picked this guy because he's kind of representative of everything. He's a Gambler's Choice, and he's a decorator. But I also adore him because he's the zebra mold, and I really wanted them to do something like this for a very long time. So I can't complain too much about him. I do love him, but I hate that I couldn't just pick the color that I wanted. I had to order and try to get green or try to get red or try and get whatever. I really don't like this current trend of blind bags and not knowing what I'm gonna get when I buy something. So that is my Breyer wrath. My deadly sin there is blind bags and decorators. All right, number 3 deadly sin is gluttony. And the question is, what is your favorite model? I really don't think at this point it is a surprise to anyone who has watched any at all of this channel that my favorite model is Lonesome Glory. I did want to be a bit more specific in the question than just showing you the conga. So I have chosen my test run Lonesome Glory as my absolute favorite model, and he really truly is. I got him many years ago at the Breyer Fest auction. Not even 100% sure I could tell you what year. He shows as this side of Glory, and he's just absolutely exquisite. I love him. He's my baby. All right, let's move on. Well, the 4th deadly sin is sloth, and that is, what do you hate about your models? And I initially wanted to say dusting because I really am kind of terrible about dusting, but I came up here to look around and kind of show you guys how dusty the shelves are, and I realized that dusting wasn't the real answer. The real answer is unboxing. I do not like sitting down and taking new Breyers out of the box. And if you want to see some real sloth, I will show you what has been piling up around here for the last few months. Here we go. Okay, fair warning, what you're about to see is months of pile up. So we have stacks of horses here that have not been taken out of the box. And then on the other side of the room, there's stacks here. Horses I picked up on clearance sales or that I got for Christmas or before Christmas, and the worst offenses here in the corner. Lots and lots of horses there in the corner. Yeah. Sloth is definitely unboxing for me. There we go. Number 4. The 5th deadly sin is pride. And the question for this one is, what model are you most proud of? And I had to think about this one pretty hard because there are a few models that I've won and a few that I've worked on, done some customizing on that I am pretty proud of. But I decided to go with this one. This is the Glossy Latigo prize model from the costume contest at Breyer Fest in 2014. And part of the reason I'm so proud of him is because that was the year that Mom and Dad and I won the costume contest as a family. So there was a very brief shining moment where I had 3 of those. Mom won one, Dad won one, and I won one. We dressed up for our favorite Breyer Fest. That was the assignment. And our favorite, we decided, was 2008, where Breyer Fest was the global gallop. My mom is a bagpiper. She can play the bagpipes, and she can play them pretty well. So Mom dressed up in her kilt and brought her bagpipes and played her bagpipes, while Dad and I carried a very large sign that had all of the information about Breyer Fest Global Gallop on it, had pictures of the models, flags from various nations, and we wore shirts that I had made that said staff on it for Breyer Fest and had pictures of Alborozo, which was the celebration model for that year. And they chose us. So this guy was our prize. That was the last year that all of us won the costume contest together. So it was a big deal, and we were really excited to win. I really loved this horse, so we were really pleased, and I'm really proud to have him in my collection. Our sixth Breyer Deadly Sin is lust. And our question is, what do you look for in a new model? I like to show my models, and hopefully when the world gets back to something resembling normal, I will go to a show and film and show you guys what that looks like. But because I like to show, I look for horses that I can show. I look for a realistic color. I look for a mold that is fairly sound. I look for colors that fit the model that the horse, the mold that the color is on. And because I'm me, I look for a shiny pony. I like glossy. So since we're talking about showability, I brought Dollar. This is a Tractor Supply special from quite a long time ago. He's frankly, one of my best show horses. He's glossy. He has this really nice deep shading here that has always helped him. He's on a mold that shows pretty well, this Smart Chickalina mold. And he just looks nice. You clean him up, make sure he's not dusty, put him on the show table, and he stands out. This color, even though it is simple, he's just a chestnut with a couple of socks. He looks good and judges notice him. And that's what I'm looking for, is something that's going to get noticed on the table with 30, 40, 50 other horses. So that is what I look for. That is what I lust after, is a nice, showable model. The final seventh deadly sin is envy. And our question here is, what is your model grail? I have essentially a complete conga of Lonesome Glories. You guys saw those earlier. I'm gesturing this way because that's where they are in the room where I'm sitting. You guys saw that earlier. My grail is the one Lonesome Glory that is not part of my collection and that is fairly obtainable. I want the glossy Akaltiki prize model that was given out at Breyer Fest years ago. I have only seen a couple of them for sale recently, and recently in my world tends to include a couple of years ago because I forget that that's not recent. So if anyone has one for sale, let me know in the comments, send me an email or something, because that is the grail and I am looking for one. But that is my envy horse if someone has one. So those are the 7 deadly sins. Okay, everybody. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Breyer Tag video. If you did, like, subscribe, whatever you're supposed to do here. Certainly comment below if you have some ideas of more tags that I should be doing in the future. Like I said, I got this idea from somebody telling me about it. I'm not always up on what the fun tags are to do. It seems like we're going to be stuck inside for a while. Everybody, it's so pretty outside and we're stuck in. So I figured that I might start doing some shorter videos where I just kind of talk about stories behind some of my models or something. I don't know. Some little something that I can do while I'm stuck inside and that might be entertaining for y'all. If you think that's something you'd like to watch, let me know. Otherwise, stay inside, stay safe, wash your hands, and thanks for watching.